From Newsnets and CCTV, it's high school basketball coming to you tonight from Cadillac High School.
Moments away from tip-off for your Michigan High School basketball game of the week here on Newsnet Sports and CCTV as the undefeated Mount Pleasant Oilers take on the Cadillac Vikings. I'm Derek Tate alongside Dan Gussert. We are moments away from not only tip-off, but of course the national anthem. We'll throw it over to the public address announcer here in just a couple moments. But Dan, we already talked about it in our pregame show. We've got ourselves a special one here.
This should be a dandy here tonight, everybody. If it lives up to its hype, we're going to have a lot of fun watching basketball tonight.
And before we get to the action on the court, let's go ahead and throw it over to the public address announcer for your national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, the privilege of this game is made possible by those who have fought and continue to fight for the freedoms we enjoy. Let us now honor and respect their efforts in our country. So, ladies and gentlemen, please remove your hats. Active and retired military, we encourage you to wear the appropriate salute. And everyone available, please stand at attention, placing your hand over your heart as we proudly sing our national anthem.
Beautiful rendition of the national anthem here at Cadillac High School. If that doesn't give you goosebumps, I don't know what does. Here we are. We're going to go ahead and announce the starting lineups for tonight's Michigan High School basketball game of the week. A talented and deep roster full of 8 seniors. Jack Payton, one of the starters for head coach Dan Schell's team for the Oilers. Also, one of the better scoring backcourts in the entire state of Michigan. That's Mason Wojcicki, number 12, a senior guard. And joining him in the backcourt, another senior standing 6 foot tall, Joe Ostrowski.
Yeah, those last two fellas, Derek, they can sure fill it up.
Tyrone Rios, number 32, the senior standing 6 foot tall. Along part of that front court, and the big man, Tyler Huneman, the center, standing 6'3", 270. You can tell he plays a little bit of football. He's got a little bit of dexterity to him. But now for the Cadillac Vikings here at Cadillac High School. Standing, the junior, a wing, 6'5", number 5, Evan Bohr. Here we got the three-point specialist for the Cadillac Vikings. Number 33, a guard, senior, Levi Klotz. And Tip Baker, the heart and soul of this team, the scrappy point guard, number 34. Now Cole Genema, one of the more talented, versatile big men wings, the sophomore, number 21. And then Logan Wild rounding out the starting 5 for the Cadillac Vikings, led by head coach Ryan Benzenberg. So Mount Pleasant looking to go undefeated on the season, Dan. What do the Vikings have to do to come away and hand this talented Oilers team their first loss of the season?
I think early on the Vikings got to stick around here in the first quarter, keep the contest close, and certainly rely on their defense. Their defense has been stellar all season long. They know all the hype about this Mount Pleasant team coming in. They've watched some film. They've scouted them. They know they got their work cut out for them. like I said, just maybe survive through the first quarter and then see what happens.
As we go to Huneman and Genema for the opening tip. Oilers 16-0, looking to improve to 17-0. Vikings looking to upset Mount Pleasant. We have an early whistle on the opening
we had
tip.
a Cadillac player on the circle. They are not allowed to move until the ball's tipped, and unfortunately, he moved early, and that gives the ball right to Mount Pleasant to start the game.
This Mount Pleasant offense can score points in bunches, and they go right down to the big man, but Cole Genema gets a piece of that shot. And the Vikings coming out active defensively. And here's Tip Baker, the leading scorer, the senior guard, averaging just under 12 points per game. Right there with him, Cole Genema, the number 21, the sophomore. You're going to see a lot of motion from Coach Benzenberg's offense.
It looked like they tried to run a little bit of set play to start to maybe get the ball to tip inside. Didn't work, and now they've gone back to that motion offense.
Genema picks up his dribble, firing for three is Klotz. That one off the mark. Rebound snared by Wojciech. And Wojciech, here's a turnaround jumper, and gets the kind shooter's touch as the Oilers take a 2-point lead. And you see just how versatile of an arsenal that Wojciech has on the offensive end.
That was a solid move, for sure.
The Vikings ride into tonight with a 3-game winning streak. Dangerous pass. Evan Bohr goes up strong. Can't get it to go. Tip doesn't go. Klotz with an offensive rebound, but is stripped by Joe Ostrowski. Wojciech, and that one another block and a great save from Tip Baker. Genema with his second block in this opening period.
Derek, is interesting that possession. Vikings go with Tip Baker on Huneman. A lot of physical play right there, and Tip's got the body to stay with him and keep him off the inside of that game. We'll see if that's how they play this all night long.
Coach Benzenberg deciding to go with the unorthodox mismatch on the defensive end. The point guard taking on the center. And here's Evan Bohr for three. That one falls. There's an official timeout.
We got blood or something on the floor down here. Mouth guard on the floor. That's a tough kid. Go pick your mouth guard up off the floor after a JV game in here. Put it back in your mouth.
Evan Bohr shooting 37.7 from downtown heading into tonight. And he gives the Vikings an early 1-point lead. As the Oilers, now this team can score in bunches, as that's Jack Payton that lets it rip from the corner three. That one off the mark. Rebound goes to Tip Baker. Baker fires for three. Here's a heat check. They're 2 for 3 from downtown.
That one was a long way away from the three-point line there.
Vikings up 6-2. So far, able to slow down this potent offense of the Oilers. Wojciech, beautiful move inside. He's got 4.
And that's what a senior will do for you, Derek. The Vikings hit 2 big threes in 2 possessions in a row. He comes down and says, I got this.
Wojciech had a season-high 31 points. Earlier in the season, good ball movement from the Vikings, and that's Logan Wild who drives baseline and gets it to go.
Great decision on his part. Didn't settle for the three-pointer. Saw the baseline open up. Laid it off the glass and in.
Vikings up 8-4. There's a reach-in foul. I believe that one's going to go on Levi Klotz. And we've seen this Oilers team just dominate all season long. They've yet to win a game by fewer than 10 points. They've scored 80 or more in 2 of their games. And they've won over half of their games by 30 or more points this season.
It'll be interesting to see. Cadillac matches up pretty evenly, 5-on-5. We'll see what the bench strengths show up. Cadillac's got a pretty strong bench too. we'll see what Mount Pleasant has, as they've got a couple of subs in right now with number 22, Alec Mills, checking in for the first time, along with 52, Josh Schell.
Ostrowski's shot was no good. Baker corrals in his second rebound and lets it go from downtown. That one off the front iron. Evan Bohr goes right back up. Baker with another rebound. He is stripped by Wojciech, but they'll hold on to possession. And as you mentioned, we'll see the first set of substitutions tonight as Brady McLaurin and David Johns both check in, as Klotz and Logan Wild go to the bench for the Vikings.
Brady McLaurin for the Vikings seeing a lot more playing time as the year's gone on. He makes great decisions out there. Hit a big three-pointer at the buzzer at halftime about a week ago.
Brady McLaurin, son of the Cadillac Vikings girls head coach of the varsity squad, as Genema being harassed back around the three-point line, gets into the paint and draws the foul on Alex Mills, who just checked in for the Oilers.
Yeah, that's not a great defensive set right there for Mount Pleasant, as Genema basically goes from half court against their man defense, beats his guy, and kind of just goes down the lane. Nobody really picked him up well.
Genema knocks down the first free throw. Got 2 blocks so far in this first quarter, and shooting from the line this season, he is a 64% free throw shooter. And Genema knocks down a pair, and head coach Benzenberg has to be happy with this start. They're up 10-4.
Yeah, Cole started out the year missing a lot of free throws. His percentage has just steadily increased, probably about the last 3 weeks here.
Here's Wojciech, matched up against Bohr, spins into the lane, 6 points. In fact, he's carrying the offense from Mount Pleasant. Vikings up 10-6. McLaurin, Baker, into the lane. Baker, a little bit of contact, no call. Rebound brought in by Josh Schnell.
Derek, we've got a very experienced crew here tonight with officials Eubanks, Hondorp, and Stewart. They've seen it all in their years. And just as we say that, Joe Ostrowski shoots from a long way away and drains one for his first basket of the game. Yeah, this is a great crew.
That looked like NBA range from Joe Ostrowski. That's his first points of the game. He scored 41 earlier this season. 2 scoring threats in the backcourt the Vikings are going to have to deal with all night long. They still have a 1-point advantage at the 2-minute mark of the opening quarter. One thing the Vikings have been is patient on the offensive end to start this first quarter. Genema. Look at him down low. Turnaround jumper goes for Cole Genema. He's got 4.
Just backed his player down just inside the elbow, turned around and elevated over it. Great play.
Wojciech loses the handle, and they're going to call a jump ball. Possession arrow goes to the Cadillac Vikings. One thing I've noticed, Cadillac defense been very active in this opening period.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the 3 baskets by Wojciech there, Mount Pleasant be in a little trouble. He's earned his 3 baskets. He's worked hard to get them.
And they're starting to throw a little bit of a trap, does head coach Dan Schell. Vikings break it. Now it's Genema with an open 3. That one off the back iron. Rebound snared by Alex Mills, and here come the Oilers. Ostrowski. Contested layup, no good. Rebound by David Johns. Genema into the lane. And that one a foul on Josh Schell. That'll send Genema to the line for the second time tonight.
Nice strong move again right there. Very patiently waited for his opening. He's going to get 2 more free throws.
He went 2 for 2 from the charity stripe. In his first trip in this opening period, he continues to hit nothing but net. As the Vikings extend their lead, Genema will have 1 more. Busy quarter for the young sophomore, and you mentioned that head coach Benzenberg has been very pleased with what Genema's done in recent games.
4 for 4 here in this game from the line, and like we mentioned, you get 16 games under your belt playing high school varsity basketball, especially in the Big North Conference. That's a lot of great experience, and it's shown right now for Genema.
Vikings up 14-9 against the undefeated Mount Pleasant Oilers. As defensively, they've been able to bottle up Mount Pleasant. Wojciech, the leading scorer, with 6 points. Ostrowski has 3. Finds Jack Payton now back around the perimeter. Oilers offense being patient. There's a nice find from Ostrowski to the big fella, Tyler Huneman. Vikings with 14 seconds remaining in the quarter. Dribbling baseline, and it's thrown away. Here come the Oilers. Payton loses the handle. Here comes Wojciech, a floater, and that one goes 8 points for Wojciech. And that'll bring the lead to 1 point as the full court heave doesn't go. The Cadillac Vikings, despite faltering on an 0-5 run to end the quarter, still head to the second period with a 1 point lead, 14-13 here on the Michigan High School Basketball Game of the Week. Brought to you by Newsnet Sports and CCTV. We'll be right back with second quarter action.